wondered whether homeschooling is even possible on a tight budget, this video is totally for you today. I'm going to show you our real numbers. It's not a perfect setup. It's not a Pinterest homeschool. And disclaimer, this isn't about doing it the right way. This is just our way. So for reference, I'm currently homeschooling 3 kids with a toddler that will be soon behind them as soon as I can blink. They range from 1st grade and then 4th grade and 5th grade. We're mostly relaxed aside from our core subjects. We're very interest-led in other areas. We are a one-income middle class, so we're on a pretty tight budget. For history, we use Chronos, authored by the Homeschool historian. I love this. I was good at history in school, but that's because I was good at memorizing. This is set up to go through history chronologically, and it can be for elementary school all the way up to high school. She has everything from web resources to YouTube videos. We even have a list of library books that we could check out. Each lesson comes with some definitions to know relating to that time period. It also has these awesome little enrichment activities and ideas that you can do in relation to what you just learned about. She also has a little Facebook group, if you've ordered this, where you can find helpful tips on using this book. She will go in periodically and update any links that may be broken or unworking anymore. Yeah, I said you could use this from elementary all the way up to high school. You'll see here on one of these pages, she has the YouTube videos categorized by what would be appropriate for elementary, middle, and high school. And then she has activities that are easier for younger kids and some that would relate to the older kids. It really is a great resource. Up next we have our Explode the Code. This is for reading and spelling. These books give explicit phonics instructions and comes with teacher workbooks that tell you exactly how to instruct, exactly what phonemic awareness activities to do and to practice. I love this one. Very detailed, very easy. We work through these books, 2 to 3 books per year, I believe, and they're only a couple of bucks per book, so I will tally up what our costs are at the end here. They have us start each lesson by introducing the new skill and any new vocabulary that the children may not be familiar with. And then we move on to practice pages where we will practice the skill. They also include some comprehension activities, some writing practice, and tips for differentiating your lessons. Super cheap, super easy. They come with these silly little illustrations that make it somewhat fun, for worksheets. My kids always have a giggle at a few of them. This is one of the first workbooks here. They've got to, recognize the individual phonemes within a word. And then we've increased up to spelling and reading later on in the book. If I'm not mistaken, there are 8 student workbooks with 1 teacher workbook per every 2 student books. And this is not including the 3 pre-primer books. So, opening up my computer here, I just wanted to run to Amazon and check out the prices on these days. Chronos is $45, which is not bad considering it can be used and reused over and over until high school. $4 a year? Insane. Now looking over at Explode the Code, it looks like they have risen a little bit since I bought them. I do think I bought them for about $7 a piece, although I may not have grabbed them from Amazon. But even at $10 or a little over per book, it's really not bad considering, like I said, we pace through these at 2 to 3 student books per year, plus a parent workbook, so $40 for the entire school year. Still not a bad deal, even at the raised prices. As an additional reading and spelling resource, we also love Nessie. It gives fun little animations to remember the explicit phonics instructions or to remember the words that don't follow these rules. They offer a free trial, but we have purchased it during their homeschool discount season, which comes twice a year at the spring and the fall. So check that out. March is their next homeschool discount, I believe. We got this for 60% off, a total of $123 for all three of my students for the entire year. It would have been over $300. Okay, for math, two of my children really like Zern.org, and I do as well. Let me tell you, this is absolutely free, by the way. I was so glad to find this. They really knock it out of the park with their instruction, and the lessons adapt based on your child's performance, which I love. We can slow down and focus on these questions that we're struggling with, or if we've mastered it, it understands that, and they may even skip a lesson. I apologize for the blurriness. My older son prefers to use Khan Academy for his math. It is also completely free, and I like it. I was always good at math, though. I never struggled with it in school. However, if it works for him, that's great. For my younger students, they find it just a little drier. It's not quite as engaging. It's not as adaptive and things like that as Zern is. I love them both. They both have a place for, whatever student clicks well with that. They offer instructional videos as well, and then small little bite-sized practice exercises with quizzes periodically, ending with a chapter test at the end. Now for science, art, extracurriculars, anything that the kids are also interested in, we obviously love our local library, and we'll go find as many books and as many resources they have relating to what we're diving deep off into. Teachers pay teachers for free printables. 123 Homeschool for Me is another great one. She has many, many different unit study printables and activities, and she's a great free resource. As far as printing, I finally bit the bullet and purchased an Epson Eco Tank, and let me tell you, this has been the best decision I have made. As far as printing goes, my little ink refills cost the same as the cartridges did in my old HP, and my ink lasts way longer. I got it on discount, I believe around Black Friday, for $200 and some change. Definitely saved me some money in the long run. With my old cartridge HP, I was running through those cartridges in no time at all, so big savings there. One of the things we don't buy is expensive boxed curriculum. I find that more often than not, a whole curriculum put together like that, there's always going to be something that doesn't click with somebody. It doesn't teach the way that they learn. And so that's why I prefer to piece together my own items versus spending $100-$300 on an entire curriculum set just to find out that pieces of it we won't use or they don't work for us. I also don't make just-in-case purchases. If I don't have an idea or know where I'm going to use it, how I'm going to use it, when I'm going to use it, I don't buy it just because I think we might. I have learned that ends up with a bunch of clutter in the cabinet, some of which may not even be used. I may not realize until I go to declutter the cabinet that there were some things I could have used back when, and now it's too late. They've already learned that. So I only buy if I have a plan and know when and how I'm going to use it. Otherwise, it's just money sitting in the cabinet. And finally, for co-ops or friendships and what have you, I have joined my local co-op and homeschool groups on Facebook. I don't have the money for some of the co-ops. Some of them are kind of expensive. So I've joined a few where it's just other homeschooling moms who make plans to meet up once a week, once every other week at the park, or occasionally a field trip to somewhere close by if it's in everyone's budgets. So all in all for this year, I'm in at under $300 for the entire year, which is under $10 a month per child. Some years may be more, some years may be less. Some years we've actually joined the local Y to do some sports. What's important is planning and using what you already have. Homeschooling absolutely does not have to be expensive to be effective, and we have figured out a way that works for us. That may change over time, but this is what works for now. If you're comfortable, it'd be awesome if you'd share what you spend or what you're trying to stick to. Thanks for spending a few minutes here with me. I'll see you in the next one.